given environment-friendly business initiatives are not always cash-friendly, how do you align corporate stakeholders around common goals to implement those measures profitably?
I mean, you have to think about what the value is to your business long term. And so if you were to take an analog, which would be, the amount of money you spend on marketing, or the amount of money you spend on advertising, or the amount of money you spend on human resources, it's sometimes very difficult to draw a direct line to expenditures that I put in this area and value on the bottom line. But the case is there, and it's going to make your business better if you incorporate these things. So, I think in terms of return on investment, there are environmental initiatives that will provide an absolute return on investment. I mean, if you look at energy reduction, and you want to draw the line on the number of kilowatt hours used and reduced and calculate a simple payback on that, that's a pretty simple thing to do. Mm-hmm. Or on materials use, that's a pretty simple thing to do. When you start talking about the value to your brand, the value to your brand and your reputation, if you start thinking about the satisfaction that your employees get, the motivation that your employees get, those are intangible values that ultimately help. And a lot of companies that have sustainability initiatives driving forward, there is something else that happens to the company that makes them more vibrant and ultimately will make them more successful in the long term. So, you have to take it in stages, and I think a company has to realize right away, what are those things that have the simple ROI that is immediate. But I think if you take the longer term and you look at the way the world is going in terms of available resources and the number of people that are going to be on the planet, you start really having to think about where the world is heading and where your business is going to be placed in that, and ultimately what is going to be demanded from you, from your shareholders, from your customers, and from your own employees. And so then it gets a little more complicated, but ultimately there is a business case there.